Good morning, beautiful people, and we are on our way to Malaysia. And there's a 3 freaking hours delay before I land, and I was just getting bored. And I was like, what better way to spend my time than record a video giving you some life lessons and just having a conversation with you, actually, nothing more, nothing less. Now, if you're looking for something that is heavily edited, something where you have fancy edits, animations popping up, a lot of cuts, this is not for you. But if you want something chill, relaxed, and if your brain is not fucked up and you want to have a real conversation where you can actually walk away from this video and be like, shit, this was full of sauce and I know exactly what I want from life, then you should keep on watching this. So, a bit of a formal introduction. If you don't already know me, my name is Yunus. I've been making money for the past 6 years online, and when I was 17, back in 2020, I retired my father, and now that I'm 21, I fly out, travel the world, make shit ton of money, texting people, and at this point, I've had the honor of working with a lot of business owners, including some that are 7- and 8-figure business owners. Now, what a lot of people don't know about me is the fact that I did not come from money. I was born and raised in slums. I'm the middle child, extremely problematic growing up, which means I was fighting with everyone, did not have any friends, got bullied heavily, was doing some really odd jobs, and it's just normal life, right? And coming from that, this has been nothing less than a blessing, but I think it's also been extremely calculated in terms of what I did and how I achieved the life I wanted to achieve. And I think there's a lot that goes into it, but I would just try to give you as much as I can in the short video without like boring you to death. If you are... Okay, let's start with the number one, which is disappoint your parents. Now, I know this is so extreme, so bizarre, and not the best way to start a video for a lot of people, but I don't give a fuck, frankly. And the reason I say disappoint your parents, because oftentimes we forget that it's their first time living life exactly like us. You're living life for the first time, they're living life for the first time. They're prone to making mistakes just as much as we are. Now, a lot of the times our parents want the best for us, but the best from their perspective isn't always the best. Right? For example, they started a few businesses, they failed it, and now they think starting a business is a waste of money, so they would push you to doing a job and getting a degree because they think that is best, which in their case is the best, but for you that might not be the best because you might actually start a business and do really fucking good at it. To give you an example, when I first initially told my dad that I would be making money online, he told me that if making money was that freaking easy, everyone would have been a freaking millionaire. It's just freaking insane, I know. Guess what I did? I said, fuck it, and I did it anyways. And that is the same thing that allowed me to retire my father back in 2022. Another thing that I want you to remember is my father is against me traveling. He's like, you should save up money, you should do this, you should do that, which I understand, but I love traveling and getting exposed to places where there's a lot of money rolling and you can see people with money. You would be a lot more successful because your eyes are opening up and you're meeting a lot more cool people. So the end thing being is, do not be scared to disappoint your parents at times, because a lot of people would give up their dreams and aspirations and passions and hobbies just so they can have a good relation with their parents. And the best advice that I can give you is disappoint them for a couple of months, even a couple of years, and achieve the life that you want. And the moment you actually achieve the life you want, they won't be disappointed anymore. They would be freaking proud of you. Another thing that I want to talk about is do not be afraid to be cringe. Like, bro, in case if you don't, like, we are in a freaking plane. Shit ton of people. And I'm sitting here with a fucking mic talking about life and shit and success and everything else. To a lot of people, I might look like a freaking weirdo. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Talking like this with a freaking mic, thinking he's an influencer? But guess what? Who the fuck cares? Nobody gives a fuck. Just go and do what you wanna do, say what you wanna do, act the way you wanna act. Nobody gives a fuck. A lot of you are afraid of posting yourself. A lot of you are afraid of reaching out to companies and getting a job. A lot of you are afraid of starting that business that you want to start. And I literally want you to ask yourself, what is there to be afraid about? These people that you see sitting in the back, they would judge me, but what? What does their judgment have to do with anything? Right? And I think life becomes super easy when you understand that hate and judgment always comes from the bottom. It never comes from the top. If I see you recording a video like this in public, I would respect you. I would respect you heavily. So do not be afraid to be cringe, because oftentimes cringe can make you a lot of money. And considering I'm bored as fuck, I was thinking about the fact that people say that embarrassment is an underexplored emotion. I think boredom is an underexplored emotion. Right? I think a lot of us just want to keep ourselves busy. Like, if we have time, we're gonna read a book, we're gonna go out with friends, we're gonna watch a movie, we're gonna go for a walk, we might do a bit of jogging, we might show up somewhere, but it's freaking insane. Boredom is an underexplored emotion. And oftentimes, I think the reason people are not willing to just sit with themselves and their thoughts is because the thoughts are so fucked up. You know that you could be doing so much more in life, but when you sit by yourself, then the thoughts would overcome you. Right? You would have to face those limitations and the beliefs. And your head and your heart telling you could be doing so much more and you're fucking up your life, and you just distract yourself so you don't have to feel that way, which is freaking insane to me. Right? So number 3 is boredom is an underexplored emotion. So please go out and get bored. Don't go out on the weekend. Spend a night in. Do not watch a movie. Just be with yourself. Do not change for people. Have a character that the people change for you. That is also another massive one. I see a lot of people changing themselves to please other people. Right? They let people cross their boundaries or step or walk all over them just so they could please them, which I would never agree with. And I was talking with a friend how, oh shit, this is dark. But anyways, I was talking with a friend about how no one has the guts to create any drama in my life, because they know if they would create a drama, I will let them go. I would cut them off as soon as they do that. Which means you need to have a character that people respect and would do everything to make sure they do not cross your boundaries. Another thing that I want to talk about is your friends matter a lot more than you think. A lot more than you think. If your friends are always talking negatively about things, if your friends are always, nagging about things, if your friends are doing nothing in their lives and they're just freaking wasting their lives, it's not going to benefit you. Right? The best way that I can explain this is you are the sum of 5 people that you spend the most time with. Right? And I'm 120% sure that those 5 people are not fucking millionaires that you're spending time with. By the way, this freaking looks beautiful. Let me show you if I can. Wait, I don't know if you can see it. Wait. Anyways, I just wanted to show you that real quick because it looked beautiful. Yeah, so be really careful with who you choose or pick out as a friend, because they're going to impact your life a lot, consciously, subconsciously, doesn't matter. Wait, someone dropped something. Shit. Yeah, they're gonna impact your life a lot, subconsciously, consciously, just by hanging around with them. So be really picky with the friends that you choose. Now, how do you find good friends, or how do you find friends that are successful? Is by doing the things a successful person would. It's always be to attract. It's never attract to be. Which means you gotta step up your character and do more of the things that these successful people do, so that your character can attract those people and they would want to be in touch with you. Pretty simple. Bum 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 bum. What else? What else can I tell you? What else can I give you in terms of sauce? Bum bum bum. Working harder does not mean more money. Working hard is one of the biggest scams of life itself. I work maybe 4 hours a day and I did about close to 16, 17K last month. It's freaking insane. Gimbal protection, what is this? Shit, what the fuck happened? Anyways, I have no clue what happened, but yeah, right? So working harder does not mean you're gonna be more successful. And one of the things that I love telling people about is be lazy with the intention of getting rich. Be lazy with the intention of getting rich, which means be more smart, hire more people, leverage a lot of things, do whatever you possibly can to work lesser hours and make more money. Just because you can work hard doesn't mean you have to work hard. Just because you can work hard doesn't mean you have to work 12, 14 hours a day every single day, right? So hard work does not mean more money, does not make you more money. Doing the right thing makes you a lot more money, right? So do the right things and leverage and hire and a lot of that cool stuff. And be kind to people. Respect people. Be kind to people. Take care of them. Be an extrovert, right? I'm a really big introvert, by the way, but whenever I go out, if I sit at a restaurant and the waiter comes up to me and they're like, hey sir, what do you need? I'll be like, yo bro, what's your name? They would be like, oh, it's John. I'm like, yo, John, glad to connect with you, man. How are you doing? You doing good? I'd be like, yeah, I'm doing good, sir. I'm doing good. Very cool, man. So recommend me something. Boom. Be kind to people. Ask for their names. How are they doing? If you sit in an InDrive or an Uber, talk sweetly with the guy. Call him a sir. Call him. Respect him. Give him love and respect. Be kind to people. And if you're kind to people, you can make so much money, and you can have a freaking good life just by being kind to people, which to me is freaking insane. To me, it's always freaking insane. The amount of opportunities that I've gotten just because I was kind and loving to people and that I was respectful to them. A lot of you don't understand what kindness and respect and loving does to people. If you just do something for someone out of goodwill, the amount of potential opportunities they can give you is freaking insane. And one of the ways I landed my 8-figure client was because I was freaking kind to people. I was kind to him. He wanted to hire a couple of people. I gave him all the setters and closers he needed for free. And the next thing, he hired me to handle his team and grow it up. So be kind to people and respect them. Self-love does not mean you go out on dinners. Self-love does not mean that you watch a movie and stay in for the night. Self-love does not mean that you do skincare and freaking comb your hair. Self-love basically means you do not punish yourself for being a human. Which is insane, I know. Which means if you make a mistake, allow yourself the luxury of forgiveness and be like, I'm a human after all. I'm prone to making mistakes, and even if I made a mistake, what's the big deal? Right? So, because what one of my mentors told me once was, you should treat yourself the way you treat a friend. You should listen to yourself the way you listen to a friend. there's a freaking kid crying in the background. So self-love does not mean you go on dinners, but it means you do not punish yourself, because I think we live in a time where we punish ourselves a lot for simply being a human, for simply doing or making any sort of mistakes, which is crazy, which I think you should not be doing. And I did that for a really long time to myself. But the more I think about it, the more I regret it, and the more I want to cry, because that is such a sad way of living life. That is an incredibly sad way of living life. So do not punish yourself. Rather love yourself and allow yourself and forgive yourself for making mistakes. Because you're a human, I'm a human, bro. And understand that we're all the same people, bro. I might be dumber than you, to be honest. I don't think so. I have a high IQ, but I've made it. I'm flying. I have a freaking Versace watch, wearing some really nice, good clothes. Haircut is clean. I have this camera, this mic. I'm making good money. And if I've been able to achieve this coming from slums, bro, I can only imagine how much you can achieve if you just freaking lock it. And the thing with our generation is the Gen Zs is they want to make more money, or they just set goals by months or days or weeks and not even years. Success doesn't come in months or days, bro. That does not happen until and unless you get a freaking crypto pump. Sure, you can be successful in 3 days, or else it takes years. One of my mentor, Armin Shafi, said to me that for the first 3 years, it's pure experimentation, where you don't make a lot, you're just experimenting things. For 3 to 5 years, you find something that works and you keep on doing it, and you start getting some money. From 5 to 7 years, you get enough money to buy some toys like cars, houses, flying, and everything else. And then from 7 to 10 years, that is where you get the fuck you money. A lot of you might have started businesses that now you've quit, but I can promise you, if you would have stuck with that business for 10 fucking years, you would have been a freaking millionaire, multi-millionaire. But you quit it because you didn't see results in like 2 months. When I initially started at the age of 15, I got rejected by 20 companies for my first ever sales role. 20 companies. I want you to take a minute and think about that. And those were on interviews. I'm not even talking about the fact that how many applications I sent that I never got a response back on. That might have been in hundreds. But all it took was one company that said yes. I made my first 2K. By the time I was 17, I was making 7.5 to 8K a month. Now I'm freaking crushing it, and I'm on my way to making 100K a month soon. So think of your goals in years and not really months or weeks. And you're going to be amazed by the amount of progress that you can have. Okay, what should I leave you with? I want to leave you with, thank you. I want to leave you with something. Oh, this is freaking good. Freaking good. Leave your hometown. If you're somewhere where you don't see a lot of successful people, leave it, go somewhere else. You're gonna figure it out, you're young. You're gonna figure it out. Just take your bag and go out. You're gonna find a job, you're gonna make money, you're gonna find a house, you're gonna rent something, but go out. Or don't stay in a place where there's not money around, where there's not success around, where you don't feel the motivation to show up for yourself. Don't be in that place. Don't be that guy. I was that guy. Don't be like me. I would have been at freaking 200K a month as of right now if I just got out of my hometown when I was younger, which I did not, because of course there was that sense of approval for my parents. So I did not do that, but now I'm doing it. And I hope that helps you, and I love you a lot, and I hope you become fucking successful. And I'm just gonna be sitting with myself for the next couple of hours and enjoying the feeling of boredom. And I highly encourage you to sit with yourself as well today. Love you, bro. Have a good one. Bye.